Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet a luxury realtor, and she's going to talk about her journey in real estate. Her story just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, if you could pick one market in the country to work in, it would be Dallas-Fort Worth. And truly, even if there's a recession, it never really bothers North Texans because some 200,000 people move here every single year, and they need a new home. To talk about that today, Jackie Converse. She is a luxury realtor. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
So I'm always fascinated by people's journey. When did your real estate journey begin?
Probably when I was 5.
No kidding.
Opening doors to homes. I've got one on my Instagram of me with pigtails, blonde hair, and opening a house door just because that's what my family did. We built homes.
Wow. And did you always know it's in my blood and I'm eventually going to do this?
Pretty much. I would hold open houses with my mom, even on Easter Sunday one year, and we sold that house that year on Easter Sunday. So I pretty much knew that, yes, homes and selling and matching people with where they're going to live was in my blood.
That's wonderful. And you work with a wonderful brand. Who doesn't know Allie Beth? So we're going to put your website up because I love how clean it is. Look at that. Look at that joyous picture. And this is some of the sights and sounds of the luxury market that you work in. Tell me what you like about working in the Dallas-Fort Worth market.
I love it. So I live in Highland Park. I work mainly there. I do mostly south of 635, Lakewood, Preston Hollow, Park Cities, Bluffview, those markets. And it's very similar to where I grew up in Naples, Florida. So I came to SMU, I stayed. It's very natural for me to work with.
Tell me about your commitment to customer service, because I find that realtors are often becoming therapists. I mean, you're really coming into somebody's home, and you gotta like the realtor that you've chosen because they're going to learn all your secrets.
Yes, and I learned theirs, and I learned their push buttons, and I learned you have to work with who you like. I learned that early on. It takes a lot out of, and I'm naturally an introvert, so it takes a lot out of me to navigate a buyer or a seller from start to finish.
Sure.
And I know the ins and the outs of the contract. I worked for a title company. I got an excellence in award in education one year from that. So I know how to navigate. I know that contract very well. But it can stress people out a lot. It is their largest asset.
Sure.
So there's high stakes.
And one of the things I love about Jackie is she's got a lot of stuff going on social media, including walkthrough videos. So we're going to put this walkthrough video up. And tell us why you do things like this.
There are so many homes off market right now that you want to show, and you can't as much unless it's already hit the market, promote something unless you do not share the address. Mm-hmm. But I love to show the homes that I am seeing and let people see, hey, this one's coming on. If it looks interesting to you, let's make a deal happen. And it just gives a glimpse into my work life.
I want to talk more about the Allie Beth brand. I was at an award banquet recently where she was honored by the Dallas Business Journal. That's one of our media partners.
There.
Yeah, and gosh, it was like a standing room only crowd.
She is phenomenal, and her clients are phenomenal, and they are loyal to a fault. My favorite story was probably the Jason Witten, her falling asleep on the island.
Yes, I remember that.
Because we all work so many hours and it's exhausting. I'm always on my phone, figuring things out and what's coming up and what's coming on the
All
market.
right, tell we kind of hinted at the Jason Garrett story. So
That's it, Jason Garrett.
she was working so hard that she
It was 9 o'clock at night, and she was showing him a home because he had a crazy busy schedule when he was here. And so he went, it was an empty home, and so he went upstairs to look at the house. And next thing, he's like, Allie Beth, what do you think of this? And she didn't respond. He comes down, and she's asleep on the kitchen island.
That is dedication.
It is dedication.
I love that. And I know that you also have the heart of a teacher because you're always putting up these videos that educate people. Let's go ahead and roll that video now.
Hi, I'm Jackie Converse with Allie Beth Allman and Associates in Dallas, Texas. Talking to you about the option fee. What is that? If you're buying a property and you're going to put down an option fee, you want to make that a strong amount, especially if you're competing with other offers. Now, if I'm the seller and I'm looking at 10 other offers, which is likely in this market, I'm going to look at all of those offers. And one of the main things that I'm going to look at is the option fee, because that's the money that I, as the seller, get to keep if you walk away from the contract. So it could be a 5-day option, a 7-day option, a 21-day option. What are you choosing to put down for that option amount to say, I am buying this property and I am not walking away during my option period for any reason, unless there's some extraneous thing that happens with the contract or the house, that I want this house and I'm willing to lose this amount of money in order to put down the offer on this house. And seller, you get to keep that if I walk away, whether it's $500, $2,500, how much are you willing to walk away from? That's your option fee.
So Jackie, let's talk about the current market, because I know if you watch the news, sometimes the news can scare people and cause them to say, no, it's not a good time to buy. What are you seeing?
So many buyers are ready. They have accepted the interest rates where they are. They know that they're going to reduce in a year, 2 years, and they can refinance at that time or recast the loan. There's options. But the sellers don't want to give up their 2 and 3% interest rates. So there's such a tight inventory right now that it is still a very strong seller's market. And so there's not a lot out there for the buyers who are ready to buy.
And let's talk about the importance of hiring a realtor who really knows the territory. So when somebody hires you, you sometimes know listings that haven't come on the market.
Yes. From what I understand, there are about 40% of the Park cities, University Park and Holland Park homes, sell off market. They never hit the public. And so you've got to be working with someone who's networking with other top agents and hearing about those properties as they come on. A lot of times you only hear about it maybe a couple days before, and then by Friday they've got multiple offers. So you need someone who not only is highly networked, but also understands the ins and outs of the contract and what sellers are looking for to make your deal shine above the rest.
Yeah. Well, we've only got a little time left. What would you like to leave people with? Final thoughts.
I mean, work with a realtor who you like and trust and who's experienced and understands the ins and outs of this market, because it's changing all the time. And knowing someone who can price your home accurately to get you the best price possible is priceless.
Absolutely. That's a great way to end this segment. We're going to also leave you with the website, which is JackieConverse.com. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.